A massive gorilla is in a full-blown rage when a little girl approaches, his closest companion, the one creature in the world he's always listened to. But right now the anger inside him is too great, and he rips an entire tree out of the ground and hurls it into the sky. The tree slams into an energy barrier surrounding him and punches a hole straight through it. Kong has been living inside an artificial habitat, a carefully constructed illusion designed to hide him from Godzilla's senses. About 5 years earlier, the two titans had clashed in a brutal fight that Godzilla won decisively, and since both creatures can detect each other across vast distances, humanity feared a second encounter would bring the same catastrophic destruction. Now Kong has grown significantly larger than he was before, which is exactly why the decision has been made to move him somewhere else. Meanwhile, a man named Bernie works at a massive technology company known for building advanced robotics and machinery. He's been suspicious that his employer is hiding something dangerous from the world, and after managing to steal encrypted internal data, he discovers that the company is preparing to ship a massive classified project to Hong Kong. Before he can dig deeper, an alarm tears through the facility. Godzilla is close. Moments later, the creature erupts from the ocean and begins tearing through everything in its path. The people watching are stunned because Godzilla has always been a protector of humanity. Now it uses its nuclear power to reduce the entire Apex facility to ash. News of the attack spreads across the world instantly, and for the first time, Godzilla is being talked about not as a guardian but as a threat. The CEO of Apex appears on television and announces that Godzilla has become uncontrollable, and that his company is preparing a machine capable of stopping it. A young woman named Madison is watching the broadcast and refuses to accept the narrative. Godzilla doesn't attack without a reason. There has to be a provocation, and she's certain Apex is behind it. She goes to her father and tries to convince him, but he shuts her down, telling her that Titans are like people. Their behavior can change, and Godzilla has simply turned. Frustrated, Madison walks away and starts listening to Bernie's online broadcasts, where the hacker lays out bizarre and alarming theories about Godzilla and what Apex is really doing. She decides immediately that she needs to find him in person. On the other side of the story, Apex's CEO Walter seeks out a well-known scientist named Nathan, whose published theory about a hollow Earth, a hidden world beneath the surface where Titans draw their true power, has just been proven correct. According to Walter, he dangles the possibility in front of Nathan that if they can reach it, they'll find a power source capable of stopping Godzilla permanently. Walter introduces Nathan to a specialist who'll accompany them on the mission, and then reveals that his team has already located an energy deposit inside the hollow Earth that could change everything. Nathan is intrigued but deeply uneasy. Years earlier, his own brother had attempted the journey and been killed by the crushing gravitational forces present down there. Walter waves this away, explaining that Apex has already engineered anti-gravity vehicles built to withstand that exact environment. Nathan points out that every Titan carries an instinct to navigate back to its home, which means the only reliable guide through the hollow Earth is Kong. He's the one who can actually find the way. Nathan then visits an old friend who has spent years caring for Kong and explains that the artificial habitat can no longer hold him safely. The hollow Earth is Kong's true home, and getting him there is the only way to protect him, because if he breaks free on the surface, Godzilla will come for him. After considerable debate, Eileen agrees, there's no other option. Kong is loaded onto a ship in heavy chains, escorted by a full military convoy. The little girl signs to the others that Kong is furious. He hates being restrained, but the military commander assures everyone they'll stay out of Godzilla's range. Eileen knows that the enmity between these two creatures runs back centuries, both of them believing themselves the rightful ruler of this world, and if they meet again in open water there will be nothing anyone can do to stop what happens. Meanwhile, Madison tracks down Bernie, and the two of them, along with her friend Josh, agree that Apex must have been building something to challenge Godzilla, something Godzilla detected, which is why it attacked the facility in the first place. Out on the ocean, the alarm goes off again. The little girl signs frantically, Godzilla is coming. The moment it arrives, it tears through the convoy like cardboard and drives straight toward Kong. The military responds with rockets and missiles, but they do nothing, and Godzilla begins destroying the fleet ship by ship before ramming Kong's vessel and flipping it completely. Kong plunges into the water but can't breathe, so Nathan immediately frees him from his chains, and the second Kong is loose. Both Titans throw themselves at each other in the open ocean. Kong drives Godzilla under the surface and uses the brief window to flip the capsized ship upright and save the people trapped inside. But Godzilla surges back up and Kong immediately launches off one ship to the next, closing the distance and driving a massive punch into Godzilla's face. Godzilla hits back and sends Kong sprawling, But Kong is up instantly and returns the blow hard enough to knock Godzilla off its feet. Furious now, Godzilla charges its nuclear breath. Kong senses it coming and dives under the water to avoid it. Godzilla seizes the opportunity and pulls him down, because the ocean is its domain and Kong has no ability to breathe beneath the surface. Kong begins to weaken as Godzilla drags him deeper toward the crushing dark. Eileen shouts that they have to help him right now or he'll die, and the military saturates the water with explosions that loosen Godzilla's grip just enough for Kong to surface. Nathan immediately orders every engine and system on every ship shut down completely. He wants Godzilla to believe the fight is over and there's nothing left alive. The moment everything goes quiet, Godzilla looks at Kong with contempt, assumes he's finished, and turns away. Eileen worries about restarting the engines in case Godzilla comes back, and Nathan tells her they're not going by sea anymore. Helicopters will carry Kong the rest of the way. Back at Apex headquarters, Madison, Bernie, and Josh have broken inside and found enormous skullcrawler eggs being stored for unknown purposes. Before they can figure out what it means, the room locks around them. They've stumbled into a high-speed underground transport pod, which launches them at terrifying speed through tunnels deep beneath the earth, carrying them directly toward Hong Kong. Meanwhile, the military airlifts Kong to Antarctica and guides him toward the entrance to the Hollow Earth. Kong refuses to go in. The little girl steps forward and signs to him that what's on the other side of that passage is his real home, the place he actually belongs. Kong listens to her and drops in. The team follows in their anti-gravity vehicles. The moment they arrive inside the Hollow Earth, the world around them is completely inverted, an entire ecosystem hanging upside down, enormous and alive. The anti-gravity vehicles protect them from the crushing pressure. Almost immediately, terrifying creatures attack. A flying beast snatches one of the vehicles, and as it swings toward the little girl, Kong catches it midair and beats it into the ground without slowing down. Then he moves forward, searching for something, and the whole group follows. In Hong Kong, Madison and her friends arrive at Apex's secret lab and find what the company has been building. A mechanical Godzilla, Mechagodzilla. A man named Ren is piloting it using neural interface technology, controlling it with his mind. Seeing it, Madison and Bernie immediately understand why Godzilla attacked. To test the machine's capabilities, a skullcrawler is released in front of it. Mechagodzilla fires its laser and cuts the creature cleanly in half in seconds. The problem is that running Mechagodzilla at full power requires an energy source the company doesn't currently possess. That source exists only inside the Hollow Earth, which is the real reason Walter sent the team down there. The moment Mechagodzilla runs even its brief test sequence, Godzilla picks up the signal and starts moving toward Hong Kong. Inside the Hollow Earth, the landscape is extraordinary. A world that looks almost dreamlike. Kong follows the pull of something familiar and finds an enormous mountain structure like a palace. He pushes open its heavy doors and inside finds a weapon, built from the dorsal spine of a creature identical to Godzilla. Kong takes it, settles onto the throne inside, and for the first time in his life he looks like a king in his own right. Then he finds the power source, and the moment he rests the axe against it, the weapon absorbs the energy and begins radiating blue light, transformed into something far more powerful than before. Godzilla senses the energy surge from above and fires its nuclear beam straight down through the earth, tearing through thousands of feet of rock directly toward Kong's position. Apex's representative Maya immediately transmits the energy data back to the company so Mechagodzilla can be fully activated. Eileen tries to stop her, but Maya overrides her, right before Godzilla's beam reaches them and the cavern starts collapsing. Maya runs for her anti-gravity vehicle, but Kong spots her, snatches it out of the air in his rage, and crushes it in his fist. Kong lifts his axe and charges upward through a passage that brings him straight out onto the streets of Hong Kong, where Godzilla is already waiting. He goes at Godzilla hard with the axe and draws blood, and Godzilla pushes back with its nuclear power again and again, but Kong keeps moving, too fast and too agile to be caught dead center. The battle goes on for a long time, and eventually the tide turns. Godzilla overwhelms him, beats him down, and plants its foot on his chest, roaring over him. Then it turns and walks away, leaving Kong on the ground. Walter now has the energy his company was waiting for. The moment it's fed into Mechagodzilla, the machine fully awakens, and immediately goes rogue. It kills Walter first, then destroys his entire operational system, tears through the wall of the facility, and steps outside. Godzilla turns and charges it, and the two clash, but Mechagodzilla is too much. It hammers Godzilla mercilessly and drives it into the ground. Madison and Bernie try to shut the system down remotely, but it's locked. Kong is barely alive, his heartbeat fading. The little girl puts her hand on his chest and feels it going still. Nathan realizes the only way to restart himself is a massive electrical shock, so he detonates his own anti-gravity vehicle directly against Kong's chest. The explosion fires through him like a defibrillator and his heart starts beating again. The little girl signs to Kong that Godzilla is not the enemy. It never was, and right now it needs help. Kong gets up and runs. He arrives in Hong Kong just as Mechagodzilla is about to finish Godzilla with its laser and drives straight into it. Godzilla gets back to its feet and the two titans face the machine together. But even as a pair they're barely holding their own. Mechagodzilla is simply too powerful. Kong grabs his axe but the energy charge is gone, and Mechagodzilla starts beating him apart. When Mechagodzilla winds up its tail for a killing blow, Kong locks his arms around it and holds on with everything he has left. Back inside, Josh grabs Bernie's flask and throws the liquor all over the main control panel. The short circuit freezes Mechagodzilla for just a few seconds. It's enough. Godzilla channels its nuclear power directly into Kong's axe, charging it completely. Kong launches himself at Mechagodzilla, severs its limbs with clean strikes, hacks its body apart piece by piece, and finally rips its head clean off, letting out a roar that carries across the whole city. Hong Kong goes quiet. Godzilla rises once more. Kong picks up his axe and faces it, but they just fought side by side against the same enemy, and the ancient rivalry between them doesn't seem to matter anymore. Godzilla holds Kong's gaze for a moment, then turns and sinks back into the deep ocean. Kong returns to the Hollow Earth, his real home, the place he was always meant to be. The little girl goes with him, choosing to stay at his side, and that's where the story ends.